It's all or nothing. And right now it's coming down to a two-car battle for the championship between Pottles in the 5 and Jesse. So we're going to see, out of these two, who's going to be able to claim the championship.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. All right, be ready. Hot driver, dig, go. Pedal to the metal.
ISM Raceway, formerly known as the Phoenix Raceway. Newly configured, total different track. We're going to see how these drivers can handle this track for 100 laps.
Car there is on the outside. Outside. All right, now you're clear.
Everybody's going to file in and take their starting positions. And then we're going to let them loose for 100 laps. It's going to be a good one.
You're clear. Hard on the outside. The outside.
So as the field heads down the backstretch through turns number 3 and 4, it looks like Pottles is going to lead the field to the green flag. So they come off of turn number 4, which was originally turn number 2.
All right, clear outside.
And green flag is in the air. We're underway. So Pottles is going to lead him down the front stretch
Car there is on the outside.
into turn number 1. So come off of turn number 2. The 8 car is looking outside. Addy looking outside in the 8 car. Here comes the 22 down the backstretch. 78 sits back and forth. Dial on the ream, number 20. Was very dominant last week. Can he come back and get another win? Here comes the 60. He's moving up through the field. Everybody's looking solid through the field, down the backstretch. Here comes the 4. Jesse in the 78 sits 4th, I believe. Dylan in the 15 sitting in the back of the pack, just running laps. Yes, the 78 sits in 4th, so Pottles has to beat the 78 here today in order to gain points going into the final round at Homestead. Fire in the 22, looking all over the back bumper of the 8 as Pottles has an early lead here in the 5 car. The 60 sliding up the track a little bit. Everybody's just taking their time, running lines, lap after lap as they come down the backstretch in turn number 3. Riding along with the 0 of Mill as he runs into turn number 3 and 4. Gonna scrape the wall a little bit out of turn number 4. Pottles would starting to pull away in her number 5 car. She's looking pretty strong here in that north lane number 5. The 22 Fire has moved up to 2nd as they come off turn number 2 down the backstretch. The 21 of RSH, he's looking to pull up through the field in his South Point number 21. The 4 Motorsport sitting behind the 20 of Dial down the backstretch, out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. All playoff drivers, I think, are running. Championship 4 drivers are running the playoff scheme, I do believe. As Pottles continues to lead, the 22 is looking to make a run on him off of turn number 4. Not gonna get there this time. 78. Now Jesse looking on the outside of the 8 into turn number 1. It's gonna get the position on the high side, but here comes the 8 back on the inside as they're gonna be side by side off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Still dead even down the backstretch as they run down the backstretch into turn number 3. Then we got a side-by-side battle with the 15. Oh, Dylan got in a little contact with the 15. Here coming off of turn number 4. He's going to move past the 21. Here comes Dylan in the hard charge of number 15. He's starting to make a run. The 4 Motorsport looking inside of the 60. Here's Dylan in the 15, back in front of the 21 again, down the backstretch into turn number 3. Right now, it's all about the 5 car. Out in front. Come off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Got 22 laps for stage number 1. So you go into turn number 3. We're on lap number 9. About to complete start lap number 9 down front stretch into turn number 1. ThePottles leads the 22 out of turn number 2. 78 of Jesse's still slowly reeling in those two. Here comes Dial. He's looking pretty strong here in the 20 car. Hopefully going to make some adjustments to that 20 car and get him out to the front. Was very dominant last week at Dover. Here comes Motorsport. He's looking for a better race than last week. Had a tough break late in the race. Started off strong at Dover. Ended up getting in a late race wreck and just could not rebound after that. The Addy sits in third or fourth off turn number 2 down the backstretch. And there's the 60. The 89's running pretty decent here today. There's the 15 of Dylan. He's going to slide high. The 21's going to look to the inside. Not going to get there. The 0's coming off turn number 4. And the 01 of DSU has got some heavy damage. Wonder what happened here. Heavy damage to the 01 car. But right now it's all Pottles as she leads the field out of turn number 4 yet again. 12 laps into this 100 lap race here today at the ISM Raceway. We're going to see a lot of, maybe see some strategy playing here. They should be seeing green flag pit stops here very shortly due to the long stage. Not very many battles. Oh, we got a battle here between the 15 and the 21 as they run down the backstretch into turn number 3. The 21's going to look to the inside. Dylan's going to hold strong on the outside in the 15. Out of turn number 2 down, out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. They're still side by side. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. The 15 and Dylan's going to take the outside. It's going to have the run on the outside as they go off turn number 2. RSH on the inside. It's going to slide it behind the 15 as they go down the backstretch. Ooh, 21's going to get into the wall a little bit. And Dylan's going to pull away, but here comes RSH back on the inside. Not going to get there. And here comes the number 4 of Motorsport looking the inside of the 20 of Dial as they come down the front stretch heading towards turn number 1. Another battle heating up here. And it looks like Motorsport's going to get the position. Dial slides up out of the groove a little bit. And that's going to give the 4 car the position. 15 laps in. And Pottles comes off turn number 2. She's your race leader. Still pulling away from the field. She's holding on strong with about a 1.4 second lead over second place. And she is very strong here early on. Let's hope that momentum continues for her here today. Let's see how she's doing. We'll find her. There she is with a 1.4 second lead over the 22 down the front stretch into turn number 1. So we're going to be closing in here on the end of this stage very soon. So maybe we should see some green flag pit stops here. Now the other thing is that's going to come into mind is everybody's going to have to come in off of turn number 2 for pit road. It is no longer just turn 4. It has got to come all the way down off of turn number 2 down the long pit road. So that's going to be another problem for some of these drivers is getting down that really long pit road now to get it to the new front stretch on the back stretch of what used to be the original layout of the track. The 21's looking on the inside of Dylan as they come off of turn number 2. Not a lot of action going on here early. Everybody's all pretty much spread out. Here comes the 78. Jesse's looking to make it into the second spot as he dives to the inside of the 22 down the front stretch. The 78's going to move into the second spot. Now all he's got to do is worry about working on his lines and getting up to that number 5 car. Gotta get to the 5 car. The 78 is battling the 5 for the championship here. If she can hold him, she can beat him here today. She should be going into the final race next week and be declared your champion before they even get there. But if she can manage to beat him here today, she should have a cushion on him. So we may not see green flag pit stops here as they come off of turn number 4. We got 3 laps left to go here in the stage. ThePottles is your race leader. So everybody's all spread out. Maybe we'll see some pit stops here under this caution flag for the end of the stage. And remember, no stage points are awarded here today, coming into the final race. ThePottles looks through turns number 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Just gonna go down into turn number 3. As you see the 01 car, slower car. Oh, ThePottles gets out of the groove a little bit, coming off turn number 4. 2 more laps to go around here, this circuit for the final stage. Or for the first stage here. 10, the first stage here as they roll through turns 1 and 2. 78's hot up there. We got the 20 car just crossing over the finish line. Hopefully to make some adjustments to that number 20 car. So the 78 and the 8 are battling it out. The 8 takes the second spot away. So now we got a decent battle here for the second spot with 1 lap left to go here in the stage. 78's gonna look high. Oh no! No, that was the stage. ThePottles is your stage winner. Looks like the 8's gonna get second. ThePottles wins stage 1. Addy gets second. Jesse gets third. Fire gets 4th. And Dial gets 5th. Or no, RSH gets 5th. So we're gonna see some pit stops here. Should see some pit stops here. We'll go join up with the race leader. You should see a lot of people coming down pit road. You should see some people coming down pit road to make some adjustments here. Looks like we got a majority of the field. Alright, everybody's back all together. All pit stops are taken care of.
Drive safe and be smart. Keep your head on straight.
ThePottles leads the field out of turn number 4 to the restart zone. Green flag is back out.
You're clear.
Down the front stretch they go into turn. Down the front stretch they go. ThePottles leads them down into turn number 1. The 8 car looking to the outsides. Jesse and the 78 looking to the inside. They're going to be side by side as they come off turn number 2 down the backstretch. ThePottles still racing the outside with the 8 on the outside as they run into turn number 3. We got a side-by-side battle for the lead. Can she slide up the track and pull off the slide job? No, she cannot. But that's going to leave the door open for the 78 on the inside. Whoa, 4 wide down the front stretch. Everybody looking for room, looking for real estate. She's going to pull away with the lead. We got a 3 wide battle going in turn number 3 between the 21, the 78, and the 22. 22 is going to take the spot on the outside. Here comes the 21 on the inside down the backstretch of the 78. They're going to be side by side. And then we got the 15 and the 4 side by side as they come off of turn number 4. This is going to really change things. Everybody's made some adjustments. We got some people moving up, and look at this. We got a battle for the lead. 78 looking to the no, it's the 8 car. My bad. Those cars are very similar to each other. It's really hard to tell each other apart from a distance. But the 8 car was right there out of turn number 2 on the inside of the number 5, but could not get there. Here comes the 22. He's looking to make a run for the front. Not gonna get there. Everybody's starting to file out, single file again. There goes the 0 in front of the 60 car. Everybody's starting to file out again. ThePottles, you're still your race leader down the backstretch into turn number 3. Five laps into the stage. Going into turn number 1, ThePottles is your race leader. Very strong in that north lane, number 5. Jesse in the 78 coming off of turn number 2, sitting in 4th right now down the backstretch. Oh, the 21's into the outside wall. Slows him down. Looks like the 01 made a good, decent recovery after the caution. Spent a lot of time on pit road trying to fix that 01 car to maybe get him back in the running for this race today. There's the 0 looking the outside of the 60 car of Adam as they run through turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. They touch door. Oh, the 0 into the wall. It's still scraping the wall, trying to keep it out of everybody coming down the backstretch as they run into turn number 3. Everybody makes it through. Here comes the 8 car looking to the inside of the 5. Not going to get there. Here comes the 22. That's going to allow the 22 to pull up in on these guys. Coming out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. And then Jesse sits back there in 4th in the 78 car waiting for something to happen between these 3 cars. We got a big battle back here between the 60, the 22, the 20, the 21. They're going to be 4 wide coming off of turn number 4. These guys are all just swapping positions back here. Down the front stretch into turn number 1 they all go. We got a pretty decent slide job here from the 20 car. A dial down and off turn number 2 down the back stretch. So it looks like they're going to sort it out a little bit. See if we can find what's going on up here at the front. PTM still holding strong to her lead. She's not letting anybody by. That's how she's got to be today. She wants to win the championship. She's going to have to fight everybody she can. And fight as hard as she can as they come down the backstretch. Into turn number 3 they go. Here comes the 8 car looking back to the inside. Through the dog leg. Not going to get there. Not enough speed to close in that gap. But he's right there. Got to wait for one little mistake from that 5 car in order to pounce on it. As the 22 and the 78 just sit back and watch these 2 battle it out. Dial's still back here after a strong car last week in Dover. And doesn't have the seam what it has to take to get to the front right now. Unless he's waiting, taking his time, running lap after lap to figure out what he needs for that number 20 car. Let's see how let's check in on the 15 of Dylan here. There he is. He's coming off turn number 2 down the backstretch. They're looking for a strong run here. ISM, he's been very strong at the Phoenix Raceway, but now with the new configuration, they're not sure how it's going to be for that 15 car, but they're having a solid run here today. And here's PTM again, coming off of turn number 2 with your race lead. Right along with her for a second. Down the backstretch she goes into turn number 3. About 13 laps complete here. This is the 78. He sits in 3rd. Now he got past the 22. Dial looking to the outside of the 01 as they go into turn number 1. And he's going to scrape the wall a little bit, and that's going to allow the 60 to get on by. Dial not really looking strong in that ream number 20. They got to fix whatever's wrong with that car. The 4 car Motorsport, he's solidly running solo by himself. Hoping to, run some laps and then wait for the final stage to make anything happen. The field just runs single file, all pretty much spread out, back to the way it was. Not very much action. Everybody's just running their own race, trying to stay out of trouble. PTM is your race leaders. They run through turns 1 and 2 again. Coming up on the final stage here, getting ready to. Ooh, trouble for the 8. He slammed the wall off of turn number 2. I don't know if that caused any damage to that 8 car, but he sure hit that wall pretty hard. Doesn't look like any damage on that 8 car. But man, he came off of turn number 2 and slammed the wall pretty hard. But it manages to keep the gap. Seems like he closed in on the leader a little bit. You do see a little bit of scrapes on the right side of the car. Did get a little bit of damage. Just some minor cosmetic damage. Maybe nothing too much that'll hurt the car. As he rolls off turn number 4. 16 laps in on the 19 here for stage number 2. PTM still looking pretty strong in that number 5 car. Everything could change here in the final stage, though. Anything can happen in the final stage. We also have to think we should play into green flag pit stops once or twice here in the final stage. It looks like the 89 has some small front end damage. The hood's sticking up a little bit on the right side. Maybe made a little bit of contact with the wall. That doesn't surprise us. We've seen a lot of people hit the wall in COD. And nice number 89 car sits in there going into turn number 3 behind the 20 car. Dial, he's still not having a good day here. Dylan, heavy damage on the 15 of Dylan. Must have slammed the wall, made some contact with somebody. He's happy that they're going to be getting an overtime caution. Or a stage caution here. Some really good cars got some damage here. We're on the final lap of the stage as PTM leads the field into turn number 1. Coming to the end of stage number 2. Remember, no points are awarded here today for stages. PTM runs down the backstretch. Ooh, she scrapes the wall just a little bit. And it doesn't look like it's going to hurt her. Gotta come off. She's going to come off turn number 4. And get the stage number 2 win. If this was a stage point available race, she would have swept stage 1 and stage 2 and got the full amount of points. That would really help her out towards the championship. But here today, they're not running stage points. So she's going to be your stage 2 winner, as well as your stage 1 winner. Now she's just got to hold off the field here. Dial finishes in 11th in the stage. So very, very busy stage 1 and 2. Very calm, not very many cautions. Just the 2 cautions so far just for the stages. So we should see some more pit stops here with 56 laps remaining here today. The ISM Raceway PTM, your race leader, followed by Addie in 2nd, Jesse in 3rd, Fire EMT in 4th, Dylan in 5th, RSH in 6th, Motorsports in 7th, Milt in 8th, DS in 9th, and Adam in 10th. So everybody's going to be coming down pit road, getting tires, fuel. As the field comes off turn, round through turns 3 and 4, PTM is going to lead the field off of turn number 4. She's going to lead Addie in the 8 and Jesse in the 78. To the green flag back out. Excuse me. Jesse's looking to the inside of the 8 as they run down the front stretch and a turn. Whoa, the 01 hard into the outside wall. The 01 hits hard into the outside wall here on the restart. I think he collected the 20 as well with him, but we got a new race leader down the backstretch. Never mind, PTM takes it back as she dives to the inside of the 8. The 8 had the lead going into turn number 3, coming off of turn number 4. She's going to pull back to the lead. We got 3 wide battle sitting for 4th, 5th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th down the front stretch. And in turn number 1, the 21's going to move into that position. Here comes the 8 car on the inside. Oh, he makes contact with the 5. Going to shove her up the track. The 8 car is now your new race leader. Down the backstretch, here comes PTM looking hard on the outside. The 20 of Dial was collected early in that restart. Scrabble here is the number 8 car. Is going to take the race lead. Addie is your new race leader. PTM sits in 2nd with the 21 on the inside, looking to take position away from the 22. He's got the 3rd spot. But here comes the 22 back on the inside. Out of turn number 2, down the backstretch they run. PTM's closing in on the 8 as they run down the backstretch. And turn number 3, she's going to look to take the spot back. She's looking to claim the lead again. Slide job off of turn number 4. She's going to pull it off, but here comes the 8. He's going to look back to the inside. They're dead even at the line. It looks like the 8 led that lap down the front stretch. Down into turn number 1, PTM's going to look to the outside. Maybe give him a little bump for the lead. She's going to move him down the track. She's going to slide to the outside and look to the outside, down the backstretch. Here comes the 21 all over the back bumper of PTM's. Down into turn number 3, she's going to dive high. He's going to dive low. The 8's going to hold strong. Looks like PTM's going to tap the outside wall a little bit, and the 21's going to get on by. Very heavy business, very good racing here in the front of the field. Just had a couple cars make some contact here in the back of the pack. Dylan here in the 15 running towards the back. Dial's looking to try to make a rebound after getting into the wall here early in the beginning of the stage, but here comes PTM's back all over the 21. She's coming off the turn number 4 to take the 2nd spot back. She's back on the charge. She's just got to stay in front of the 78 sitting in 4th. Is that the 4 of Motorsports sitting there back there in 5th? That it is. What a good rebound for the 4 team. Last week at Dover, we're having a really strong day, but their day pretty much ended about the end of the second stage when they got into a really bad wreck off of turn number 2, and they just could not seem to get that 4 car back to where it was in the beginning of the race. It looks like the 89 is into the wall off of turn number 4. Everybody's springing out across the dog leg down the front stretch here as the 8 car's starting to pull away. The 8 car Addy leads the field down the backstretch. PTM sits in 2nd. The 21 sits in 3rd. The 78 of Jesse sits in 4th, and the 4 of Motorsports sits in 5th. So we should see green flag pit stops come into play here as PTM is reeling in the 8 car down the front stretch into turn number 1. He's going to get to his back bumper, maybe get a run on him off of turn number 2, and then she's going to get to his inside down the backstretch. They're going to drag race. He's going to have the spot. PTM clips the wall a little bit going into turn number 3. I love how close they dive to that inside wall back there. See how close they were to that inside wall?
Yo, what's up, Fluffy?
Back out of this. This is for a league.
Okay.
Out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Here comes PTM out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Gonna look to the outside this time. Sorry. Little delay there. And we're gonna look around the field, see where everybody's running. PTM's trying to get back in front. As long as the 78 stays in her rear view mirror, I don't think she really doesn't matter to her who finishes in front of her, as long as she finishes in front of that 78. Out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. She looked for the inside line on the 8, not gonna get there. Addy's gonna lead the field into turn number 3. That time they weren't so close to the inside wall. That used to be the exit wall from pit road on the old configuration of the track. PTM's looking to the outside out of the dog leg. Ooh. The 8 car almost closed up on the door, closed up on her. Just had enough room to get there. And it's turn number 2. The 21 sits in 3rd. 78 starting to reel. Jesse's starting to reel in the 21. PTM's looking to the inside off turn number 4. They're going to come down the front stretch. She's going to be your new race leader. No, maybe. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. She's going to be on the inside line. She's going to have the preferred line going through the corner. She really made that line work all day. Here she goes off turn number 2. She can pull off the slide job. Yes. PTM's back to the lead. And the 8 car scrapes the wall going into turn number 3. We're on lap 60. Make it lap 61 as they come out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Front 4 are a lot closer than they have been together. Jesse sitting in 4th. Still, highest he's been is 2nd today. Hasn't been able to get past that number 5 car. Everybody else pretty much spread out back here in the back of the field. Everybody else back here just running laps and looking to see where everything plays out. Coming late into this race. PTM's is your race leader with the 8 car. Addy sitting in 2nd. Fire in the 22 is not up there to battle with these guys. He was up there earlier. I'm betting some of these guys are wishing for a caution so they could bunch back up, get some tires, and maybe fix their cars with some of the guys that have some slight damage on their race cars. Out of turn number 4. The front 4 still pretty much relatively close to each other, but the 5 and the 8 are starting to pull away from everybody else. PTM still is your race leader off of turn number 2. Here comes Motorsport down the backstretch all by himself. No cars around him. Just running his own line. Having a very good solid day here. He sits in 5th. So he run down the front stretch. So he's looking having a good day after the bad mishaps at the Monster Miles. They raced around in the Monster Mile. 22 of Fire sits in about 6th. Yeah, sits in about the 6th position in the number 22. He's having a good strong day here. Then here comes the 15 of Dylan. He's looking to make a battle for the 6th position. And the 8 car closing in on the 5. Is the 5 car starting to fade, or is the 8 car getting stronger? Down the backstretch, PTMs pulls away again. The 8 car scrapes the wall a little bit. Going into turn number 3. PTMs going to slide to the outside. Maybe trying to keep the 8 car out of her draft, but I don't know if that's really working. Must be doing something because he can't seem to close in on her. Just one mistake from that 5 car, and that 8 car is going to be right there to pounce on it. Not about maybe like a 6-second gap. Not even a full second now. It's about a full second car length gap due to the contact of the wall with the 8 car, but as they come off of turn number 4, cross back on it. 66 laps in out of the 100, so still plenty of racing left to go here, so everybody still has a chance. There's some of these cars with some damage, like the 01 car. He's got some right front damage again from probably when he got into the wall in the restart. And then he's got some left side damage, probably from some contact with another driver. Ooh, more contact into the wall. Back to your race leader, PTMs, as she comes out of the dog leg down the front stretch into turn number 1. She's starting to pull away with the lead again. Here comes the 78 of Jesse looking to the 21. He's closing in on the back bumper of that 21, South Point number 21 as they go into turn number 3. He's going to look to the inside. Ooh, almost made contact with him. Backed out of it, so he didn't make contact with him. We should start seeing some people coming down pit road. Maybe tires are starting to play a factor in the way these guys are driving. You know, with the way some of these drivers dive into the corners and around the dog leg, maybe it's starting to eat the tires doing that crazy slides. 33 to 32 laps left to go here in this race. And PTMs still this class of the field here today. It was all Dial last week in the 20 car, but so far today it's all been about the 5 car. Now the 21 sits in second. Must have had a mistake from the 8 car. So now the 21 sits in second. Can he get his number 21 car up to the back bumper of the 5 car? PTMs about a maybe 1.5 lead going off turn number 4. She's got a pretty decent lead here down into turn number 1. These guys are everybody else all spread out. I wanted to know what happened. I wonder what happened to that 8 car, man. He got into the wall coming out of turn number 2, but he's all over the back bumper of the 21 as they going into turn number 3. He's going to look to the inside, maybe a slide job off turn number 4. Ooh, they make contact. They make contact. This 78 of Jesse's right there, too. Trying to pounce on it, but had nowhere to go. So luckily, these guys didn't make a crash. I know that is one thing the leader does not want to see is a crash. Hearing reports from some drivers, they will be coming to pit road pretty soon. They are getting low on fuel and tires are starting to wear down. We got the 60 car in pit road. So maybe some strategy here from the 60 car. Maybe pit early. Hopefully have enough fuel to make it to the end here. 4 tire stop, maybe. Oh, the 8 car's into the wall with the 21. The 8 car's coming to pit road. Here we go. Here's some strategy. Some guys diving out of pit road early here. But problem, 22's coming to pit road. Yes, 1 car comes and here they all come. The 89 hard into the wall. Dylan's on pit road. The 0. PTMs still on track though. Here she comes, your race leader coming down pit road. Gets down to pit road, no problem, no speeding penalty, and that's going to put the 78 of Jesse. He's going to be your new race leader. He's going to stay out on track. I think tires are starting to wear out on some of these drivers. That's why they came down pit road, and it looks like the 78's going to lead another lap here, going into turn number 1 and 2. Remember, got to enter pit road on a turn number 2. And he's going to stay out 1 more lap out of turn number 2. Maybe get a lap on the field. Maybe get a lap ahead on that number 5 car. Then make his pit stop. Lap the whole field. Make a pit stop. And then you don't have to worry about really losing any positions. You can stay on the track and take your pit stops and then come back out and hopefully be still in the lead. So maybe we should see the 78 coming to pit road here. I don't know. He's staying out again. Maybe a little strategy. Run a little later. And here comes the 4 Motorsport. He's moving to pit road. Pottles back on track. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. Coming to lap 76 here off turn number 4 for Pottles. 75, my bad. 78, your race lead. 78's in pit road. So green flag pit stop starting to cycle through, so we should start to see positions swap back over. Down the front stretch, Pottles goes into turn number 1. Almost 80 laps in here in the race. Pottles sits in about 6th. Got a couple cars here on pit road. A couple cars that probably stayed out. Now she's just looking for... Looks like the 5 cars back as your race leader. I think everything's cycled back through. I think she's back out front. Yes, the 5 car is back out in front. Pottles is your race leader again. Still waiting for timing and scoring to catch back up to everything here. We can get everybody updated on the running order. We just know that the 5 car is your race leader. Pit stops have cycled back through. She is your race leader. So I do believe that's going to leave the 8 cars back in 2nd. The 22 is going to be in 3rd. And then I believe that is the 15 of Dylan sitting in 4th. I believe that is your running order. Not 100% sure. Still waiting on my scoring and timing to catch back up. So as the field ran around, did their green flag pit stops, no problems, no penalties. Everybody got on the pit road with no problem. So very good, clean racing here today at ISM Raceway. No cautions, just the cautions that end the stage 1 and 2. And so far, everybody's been clean and clear. We've had some contact, some wall hits, but no crashes. Everybody's still clean. Some cars with some damage here. A little over 80 laps here complete. About another 20-something laps to go. Everybody should have enough gas. If not, if I was in the back of the pack, I would start saving some fuel. If you're this far back and out, all the leaders are battling out hard to take the win, I would sit back here and try to save as much gas as I can. Pottles has about a 1.5-second lead over the 8 car down the backstretch into turn number 3. "82 laps complete here. The ISM Raceway down the front stretch. Pottles is your race leader. Down the front stretch into turn number 1, the 15 of Dylan's looking to the inside of the 78. Jesse as they race side by side off of turn number 2. Pottles, your race leader, as she runs into turn number 1 and 2. Down the backstretch she goes into turn number 3. 84 laps complete here at the ISM Raceway. Pottles, your race leader. Coming a complete lap, 85. Everybody's all spread out. Now everybody's just hoping for a caution to bunch back up and get everybody back together and hopefully have a chance at this 5 car. But if we stay green to the rest of this race, it's all Pottles. I don't see really anybody having a shot at her unless we have a caution here. So the 89 has scraped the wall again coming off of turn number 2. 4-car Motorsports having a good run here today. Dylan had some front end damage. Looked like, yeah, some front end damage, slight front end damage on the 15 car. Trouble for the 60 car. Sounds like he's coming down pit road. No, never mind. Sounded like he was coming down pit road for some reason. Pottles still your race leader. Coming off turn number 2 down the backstretch. .87 laps. Or 88 laps. This time's winding down. Is anybody going to have anything to be able to catch up to her? She has just really pulled away. Has just put in the class of the field today. This Northland number 5, very, very strong today. Had a good run in Dover last week. Just was not there right at the end when she needed it. Ran out of time. Just could not get the win. Just ran out of time. But here she is, back in the number 5 car here at ISM Raceway, and being the class of the field has led almost every lap here today, and just showing these guys what she's got, and that she wants the championship. And she's just got to beat this man right here in the 78 car. And so far, she's been showing him how it's done here today. Off of turn number 2. 78's all by himself. Not a car for quite some time. And there's Dial in the 20 car. He's going to make contact with the wall. They got a decent rebound for that Ream 20 car after being the strong guy last week. And the 21 car. Got about 10 laps left to go here. ISM Raceway. Can we have a late race caution? It is possible. We usually do see a late race caution here, but I don't see anybody that's really close enough for a wreck to cause a caution here. So as they come around the field to get 9 laps to go. We have roughly 9 laps left remaining here. In the ISM Raceway. Down through turns 1 and 2, the 5-car Pottles is your race leader down the backstretch. She goes, the 78. Coming out of turn number 2, still no one near him. And now some of these guys back here are really hoping for a caution. 4-car Motorsports reeling in the 22. Down the backstretch as they run. We're going to ride along with the 22 down the backstretch in turn number 3. Here they come off turn number 4. Pottles starting to reel in the 60 car. .94 laps in here, the ISM Raceway. It's about 7 laps left to go as they come off turn number. Pottles leads them off turn number 2. Ooh, 60 car gets into the wall. Pottles going to get into the wall a couple times down the backstretch. In turn number 3, he's going to go looking to the outside of the 60 car, put him a lap down. And got roughly 95 laps. 95 to 96. 95 laps here. Got 6 laps remaining. the ISM Raceway. Pottles is your race leader as they run through the corners. That 5 car, man, she's been strong all day. 5 laps to go here at the ISM Raceway. No one near her. She's just gonna run her lines and try to stay clean and just hope that a caution does not come out. The 78 car, tough fight today. Just didn't seem to have what it takes to keep up with the 5 car. She just got out in front today and started from the pole and has been there all day. Dialing the 20 car. Tough day for the 20 car after having a very strong green number 20 last week at Dover. He tamed the Monster Mile last week. Just not a very tough day for him. Motorsport made a good rebound here today. The ISM Raceway. Got 3 laps left to go here. They have 2 laps to go. No, 3 laps, 4 laps. Pottles runs into turn number 1, looking to put another car down a lap. Addy in the 8 car is in second. Oh, 78's the 8 and the 78 getting the wall hard off turn number 2. They're fighting for position. 1 lap to go. 2 laps to go. I don't know why I thought it was 1 lap to go. Got a little confused there for a second. The battle for second has changed. The 78 is now in second place. Coming out of turn number 2, the 8 car sits there in third, looking to get back in front of his teammate here in the 78 down the backstretch. Pottles is coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Can she do it? There is nobody near her. The 78 and the 8 car battling hard for the second spot as they come down the front stretch into turn number 1. Looks like we got a battle between the 4 and the 15. Dylan and Motorsports battling hard for the lead. Or battling back there. Here she comes off turn number 4. Dominant fashion all day. Pottles is going to win at ISM. She's going to dominate the field. 78's going to get second. And it looks like the 78 is going to come home in the second position. Jesse is going to finish right behind the number 5 of Pottles. Everybody else running a little slow behind. Going to come to get the checkered flag. Pottles is your race winner. Congratulations to the 5 team. The Northland 5 car is going to victory lane here from the ISM Raceway. Very tough battle for the 78. He's going to get second as they're going to end the field here tonight. The 78 is going to get second. The 8 is going to get third. That was a very tough race here, the ISM Raceway. Motorsport's going to get 4th, and Dylan's going to get 5th. That's going to be your top 5 here at the ISM Raceway. RSH and the 21's going to get 6th. Very good, strong battle from the 21 car. Flyer's going to get 20, and the 22 is going to get 7th. So very, very entertaining day. Not very many cautions, just 2 for the stages, and the rest of that is all green flag racing. We thank you for joining us here in the booth from ISM Raceway, and we will see you next week for the championship weekend. Have a good night.